pull a card for you at the Ainsley, I think it's, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name properly, and any more, but we'll see how we are for time. And a big welcome. Let me have a sip of this. So this is my first Louise Hay's Nurturing and Healing Your Inner Child live, which runs alongside my course here on Insight Timer, which isn't published yet, but at least I got it submitted. I did it on Friday. I just kind of wanted to finish the week and have it submitted. So I'm really pleased I got it submitted. So it wasn't submitted that long ago. But I keep looking and seeing if it's been approved, but it hasn't yet. So for this live, you're going to need, as Amit asked earlier, thank you, you'll need a journal or notebook, some pens, and maybe some coloured felt tips or pencils as well, just to put that out there. And thank you so much. This resonates greatly. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? How they feel that they're kind of talking. She's talking right to us. You're welcome, Marie. You're welcome. I love all the cards and the words. And yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? Hi, Messenger of Love. Wonderful. Lovely. All the way from Norway. Fantastic. Lovely to have you here. So, nurturing and healing our inner child. Well, it's a subject that is very, very close to my heart. And I'm so excited to be here with you sharing this. And I also want you to feel that you are also sharing in a safe space. So if you have any insights, any realizations, even concerns during the session, just pop anything into the comments. And of course, I will answer them as soon as I can. So have you come across Louise Hay's work before? If so, I'd love to know. So let me know in the comments if you have. It really is always a privilege to share her teachings with others, with my online coaching, on my online courses, but also with this amazing community on Insight Timer. And don't worry if you haven't heard of Louise, as her work, it's truly timeless. But maybe these lives and the course, if you go on to do the course, it might encourage you to check her out, have a look at her books and her teachings. So here's a tiny intro into her work, just a tiny one. So Louise Hay, the author of the international bestseller, You Can Heal Your Life, was an inspirational teacher with more than 50 million books in print worldwide. Her personal philosophy was forged from a very difficult early life. She was the founder of Hay House, which was one of the largest publishers of self-help, inspirational and transformational books and products. And for over 30 years, she helped people discover their full potential with personal growth and self-healing. She really was a true pioneer in the world of self-love. She has changed millions of people's lives around the world, including mine. And this is what's been said about Louise Hay's inner child work. Louise creates a safe atmosphere so that you can love the child within you. Your inner child depends on you for the love and approval that you may not have received when you were a child. Going within and learning to love and comfort that inner child will bring many wonderful changes to the quality of your life. So I have adapted the course and these lives from Louise's teachings on the subject, but not surprisingly, I've also injected my own experiences and my own knowledge. So let me just check on the messages. Yes, very familiar with her. Love her affirmation. Absolutely, messenger of love. Yes, I'm not familiar with her inner child work yet. Okay, well, let's. I hope you enjoy this. Ava, I love her. Oh, she is the calmness, love, and balance for me. Oh, that's so true, Ava. That's so true. And honestly, I could go on. Because I want to share this, but I could really say so much about her work. That's exactly how I found her at a time when I so needed her. Laura, yes, read some books. Fabulous. Monica, when I was a teenager, and recently I keep hearing her name. I know it's incredible, isn't it? So you're in the right place, Monica, that's for sure. Pamela, yes, I first found Heal Your Body many years ago. So helpful and beautiful, absolutely. And I'm still thinking of doing something around Heal Your Body as well. Such a big subject, though, Pamela, isn't it? Sandra, I've studied her works for over 30 years now. Fabulous, fabulous. Maurice, I did some of her meditations. Wonderful. Yes, I sometimes look up physical symptoms, yes, and what they might mean on an emotional, psychological level. Absolutely. Just that, yeah, really, really powerful. Honestly, with a client recently, she was blown away with what the connection, what the link might be between her symptoms and that she'd been experiencing since a child and what they may mean. Sandra, before becoming famous, she was a fashion model, yes, and then a religious science minister. Her teachings are all based on Ernest Holmes' teachings. Absolutely, yeah. She kind of, I think what she did, she kind of transferred all that what she learned to kind of make it really accessible to everyone. Is that, would you say that's a kind of, I kind of feel that that's how, yeah. And actually, she still found it challenging. She still found a lot of opposition because, you know, obviously back in the 80s, people still weren't open, or well, a lot of people weren't open to her, to these teachings. But yeah, okay, so yeah, absolutely. Okay. So basically, your inner child is a part of your subconscious that's been picking up messages way before it was able to fully process really what was going on, you know, mentally and emotionally, and also physically. So she or he or they hold emotions, memories, and beliefs from the past, as well as hopes and dreams for the future. So, by the way, when I refer to the inner child during these lives and during the course, I mix up the gender as many times as I can. So just connect to the gender pronoun you identify with. Okay, does that sound okay? So our inner child holds onto our earliest experiences, and that, of course, can be positive as well as negative. Reconnecting with this part of ourselves allows us to understand how these experiences shaped us and to heal any unresolved pain. It can also help us to rediscover the joy, creativity, and the sense of wonder that we may have lost touch with over time. So, how can you reconnect with this inner child when it can really feel, well, it can feel so distant for so many of us? So when I was first introduced to inner child work, well, I just didn't get it. I'm owning up to it. I kind of understood it logically or even intellectually, if you like, but I didn't feel it in my body or in my heart, and definitely not in my soul. I just didn't connect with it. So it did take time for me, but I just love connecting with her. I love cherishing that little girl inside that's always looking for love, approval, and safety. So on this series of lives and on the course, I'll guide you in how you can connect, how you can nurture, and also to heal your inner child who is just waiting for you to love them. Okay, let me just catch up on. Yes, that resonates with me. Fabulous. Yes, 100%. She was absolutely authentic. Absolutely. She really made it all kind of accessible to all of us, really. So today is all about connecting with the forgotten inner child. So let's get started. So do you find yourself often worrying about what other people think of you? Or do you find that you're afraid of being alone, rejected, or abandoned, which means you might put up with unhealthy relationships to avoid it? Now, I'm speaking I'm speaking from stark experience here. Okay, when I started to really see what was going on, see the patterns which were stopping me from living a full life, I knew I wanted to change those patterns. And it takes time. You can change that fear of abandonment to one of complete fulfillment. One of the ways you can do that is to connect with your inner child. So do you feel you are one or a lot or all of these? Okay. Seeking approval or people pleasing, having a fear of being alone or abandoned, not feeling good enough or feeling like you're too much. You put up with unhealthy relationships to avoid loneliness, thinking that other people's bad behavior is somehow your fault. That's how I used to be, that's for sure. Having self-limiting or self-sabotaging beliefs, being over-responsible or doing more than your fair share. So did any of those resonate with you? Okay. Love, approval, and safety. Yes, definitely. Yes, okay. Tick. Gary, I admit that I have a fear of abandonment. Yeah, and that goes way back, Gary. It goes way, way back. And as I said, as always, awareness is really the key here. It is so important because magic happens on the other side of awareness. Always. Brooke, I'm the opposite. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, I forgot to include that one. Yeah, I'm self-reliant. So you know what, it can happen that way, that you almost move away from that fear because the fear is so bad that you just think, right, I'm going to just, as you say, isolate myself. I'm just going to close down my heart. I'm going to not trust anyone because I've got it all. I've got it all together if I don't open myself up. So that so resonates. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, actually, because that's really powerful, Brooke. I have trust issues and have trouble reaching out. I know. Exactly, because we've learned that way, haven't we? We've learned, and often from childhood, even if we don't even realize it. That's the thing. Many, Rika. Yeah. Oh, yes. Hi, Britt. Hi. Lovely to see you. Lovely to have you here. Yes, all of them. Yeah. They resonated. Yes, resonates. All. Rachel. Yeah. Maurice, me, many also. Molly, I definitely looked the other way and ignored behaviors to avoid being alone while he kept telling me, oh, Molly, we were married to the same person, weren't we? He kept telling me about my anger issues. No. Do you know, I was just thinking, I was hitting the side of a pan to get the last, I made some sauce for pasta before dinner, so it's cooking slowly so that I've got it ready later on. And I used to get told that I used to hit the side of the pan too loudly because I had anger issues. So it's like I had to do it like that, so I didn't do it so loud. The memories that come back, Liz, all of them resonate with me. But yeah, nobody can hurt me but me. Yeah, but we are hurting, aren't we? Still hurting. Leanne, isolate me. Yes. Book, it sucks. I want to change. Yeah. All of the above that Liz said. Yes. Same. Sounds like my neighbor. Oh, okay. So that inner child, they could be shy and lacking in confidence. Maybe she's hesitant to speak and thinks that people pleasing is the only way to be validated in love. A lot of our extremely destructive feelings and thoughts around relationships come from feelings of abandonment or rejection as a child. These are then confirmed again and again when we are adults because they become our subconscious beliefs. By looking within and connecting with our little inner child, we can start to see the root cause of our beliefs. Now, I know this isn't necessarily easy to do, but it's crucial so that the same old patterns don't keep happening and we can move forward with our lives. And by expressing our emotions with inner child work, we start to free ourselves and we can learn to truly love ourselves. And therefore, it makes sense, doesn't it? Other people more fully. I've learned that the way to heal is to get that shy and lonely girl back and to love her. We need to heal all those rejected parts of ourselves that we throw aside in our desperate attempts to fit in. Connecting or reconnecting with your inner child is definitely a process, but there are some simple steps you can take immediately without thinking about it too much. So the very first thing would be is to try spending time on activities that you enjoyed as a child. So things like, painting. Did you love painting? Building forts. Maybe that's not so possible, but you know what I mean? Giving you ideas. Did you enjoy riding your bike to the park? I used to love riding my bike. Writing stories, whatever it is. It's time to dust off those old hobbies and rediscover the joy they bring. Sometimes we forget how much fun, just fun, because fun is healing. Because these simple activities can be fun. And we're going to be revisiting this a lot later on, especially on day 6 of the course. But this is a great place to start. Meditation can help you quieten your mind and connect with your inner child on a much deeper level. So I'm going to ask you to, in a minute, hopefully if you're not driving, I'm going to guide you now in a short exercise. So each day of the course, I'll be sharing there's one day that I share 2 actually. This is just a short exercise. It's going to help you start the process of connecting with your inner child. That inner child that might be feeling that they have been totally forgotten. If this is your first experience in connecting with your inner child, it can be emotional, and that's okay. Your feelings are very important. So you might like to have some tissues nearby, just in case. So let me just catch up on the messages. I just have to be super quiet all the time, and she will find something to pick on. Yeah. Oh, okay, Rika. Yeah, that's really difficult. Really difficult. Brooke, I would build forts in my grandma's living room, and spin in her nightgown. Wonderful. Is there anything you can connect to like that? Do something that just bring it back to you. Kea, every time I ask my inner child what she wants to do, she says, I want to color or I want to draw. Oh, beautiful, Kea. I hope you go and do that as well. I hope you actually go and do that with her. Ava, when my family members tell me they love me, I close myself because I felt these loves really, I would just cry. Oh, bless you, Ava. So it's, this is the time now to really connect with your inner child, isn't it? And really don't know what my hobbies were. Okay, well, that might be an opportunity. This course is really going to help you with that, and it really is. And I've had that before with a client who she said that she didn't do anything as a child that was fun. And that was difficult to try and, because, to move through. So I would imagine that's when you can start to use the power of your imagination. So imagine what your inner child would have enjoyed doing, and just go with that and see what comes up. Yeah, exactly. And this might help you remember. Absolutely. Today, I realized that I'm an avoidant of listening to my inner child because I'm A, scared what I will find, B, want to avoid shame, C, and fear having to change. Hello, ego. Well, that's okay. That's okay, Rika. It really is. Maurice, I have to be submissive and obedient. Yeah. 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 And I went to the gym last week for the first time in ages, and I felt my little me jumping up and down happily because I was moving my body. Fabulous. That's how I feel when I go to Zumba. I get so carried away. I go into my own world. I really do. I pretend I'm like back on stage with my dancing school I was in when I was a kid. Rika, oh, I love building forts and playing bank, travel agency. Oh, post office, fabulous. Fabulous. I also loved creating blueprints for houses at a young age already, write stories and make photo stories from catalogues. They always had so much drama in them. And I was so young. Fabulous. And what can you do? Is there some of that you can do right now? Molly, when I met I let mine out. She's a rude teenager. I love it. We're going to do connecting with our inner teen later on as well. So let's try to go back a little bit earlier now, Molly. But that's really funny. Really funny. I love riding my bike. Always loved riding my bike as a kid. I feel so free. It really, I loved it too. I really loved it too. So fantastic. So if you are driving, if you're doing anything that needs your full concentration, you won't want to be coming on this. But if you can find yourself somewhere, you know, if you're somewhere that's private, that you won't be disturbed, or if you just can, just sit quietly wherever you are, you know, sitting or lying down. Maybe uncross your legs and your arms. And take a few cleansing and relaxing breaths. And just close down your beautiful eyes. And let your body relax. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. There is nothing for you to do but relax. Nothing to do. Just be. Take another deep breath in. And slowly let all the tension leave your body as you breathe out. Trust that you are safe and you are divinely protected. Your thoughts and feelings are allowed to be explored and expressed. You are safe. You are protected. It is safe to be here in this sacred space. Breathe in calm, peace, and light. Breathe out any residual tension in your body. As we move through these lessons, open your heart. Allow yourself to be nurtured. You deserve it. Allow your body to relax some more from the top of your head all the way through your body down to your toes. Now, allow your mind to drift back in time to your childhood and recall a place you enjoyed as a child. Perhaps it was a special room in your home or somewhere outside. Imagine yourself there now, and with you is yourself as a child of 4 or 5. Look at the child's face. Just notice, how is the child feeling? Tell the child, it is so good to connect again after all this time. Ask the child what she or he or they need to feel happy. Tell your child you will be back again very, very soon, and together you can create the life you want. Tell them that you won't ever leave them alone so long again. Continue breathing into your heart and allowing the love to flow to your inner child. You are safe, and they are safe. It is safe for you to explore and express your feelings. Breathe in calm, peace, and light. Breathe out tension. And very slowly, start to become aware of where you are. Stretch your body if you wish, or move it in any way you like. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So how did you feel with that very quick? That was a very quick, mindful connection with your inner child. Share anything you want to in the comments. Thank you for the hearts as well. Thank you. Nonny, hi Nonny. Raised in polygamy, sorry. I was free and wild with my many siblings, but had to be quiet and perfect around adults. So there was some serious mixed messaging there, Nonny, wasn't there? Very much so. Bike riding and dancing, playing the piano, wonderful. Yeah, I didn't enjoy playing the piano. This is what my teacher did to my fingers. That's wonderful, Pamela. I love connecting with my inner child. Oh, that's fab, Liz. In being a big kid with jumping in puddles, running with scissors. Oh my goodness. And drawing outside the lines in my coloring books and being weird. Fabulous. Fabulous. Now, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Maurice. Brooke, thank you for reminding me of who I am as a happy little girl till I wasn't. She will be back. She will be back. Remind her that you will be back with her, because we're going to, if we have time today, we're going to do another meditation later on. So I'm going to try and do day 1 and day 2, but we'll see how we are for time. Rika, tears in my eyes. She was scared and sad because her parents had just separated. She said, it hurts. You're hurting me. So Rika, just keep, try to almost repeat that if you can, or just, sometimes just hold yourself, give yourself a hug, and just imagining that you're hugging your little inner child, your inner little one. Making sand cakes. Ava, that sounds fabulous. I love that. Oh, numb. Oh, I see. You couldn't feel. And that's okay, Maurice, because this is just a quick connection. Hopefully, as time goes on within these lives, and if you come on the course, and I would, if you can, come on the course, because there's nothing like redoing these meditations. Sometimes you need to do them a few times. I definitely took me a while. So I really get that, because I was doing it, but I didn't really feel anything. I was in a room with all these other people, literally physically in a room, and we're all connecting. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was almost pretending I could feel. So it's okay. Wherever you are is okay. And Meek, age 4 to 5, life was still okay. I was very afraid at night though. I remember always wanting to put my finger in my navel. I love that. Did that kind of make you feel safer if you put your finger in your navel? I just think that's brilliant. But yes, and I remember those. I used to have terrible nightmares when I was a child. And in the end, mum and dad kind of got fed up with having me. So then I used to go to my older sister, and after a while she got fed up. And then my other older sister, she got fed up really quickly. And I didn't go to my brother. His bedroom was so disgusting, and I would never have thought of it. We weren't close in any way. I remember just sitting on the landing in the middle of the night because I was so scared to go back into my bed. That's a big memory. Rika, but she was wearing her star fairy dress. Oh, well, that's beautiful. Gosh, that's a really powerful visualization, Rika. Nonny, you saying the words, I'll be back, just made my little girl jump for joy. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Nonny, that is gorgeous. I love that. Maurice, thank you. You're so welcome. So welcome. Always remind yourself of that, because sometimes we kind of think we're either doing it wrong or this stuff doesn't work, and it does. Trust yourself that this will come to you when it's right for you, Maurice. Definitely. I hope I'm saying your name, pronouncing your name correctly as well. Julie, life has been difficult recently, but to see me as a happy child, yeah, made me cry. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I've been doing an awful lot of work because I've had. I mean, it's not difficult. It's just I'm having challenges. It's having a real triggers, I guess. And so I've been really, really loving my inner child big time. Oh, Maurice, fantastic. It's the right pronunciation. That's good. Big time. So for some of us, life can kind of feel like a daily drama or even a tantrum, all coming from that ignored or neglected younger self. So this affects every part of our lives. So when you look inside, you'll often see that the one who's lonely, angry, or helpless isn't even the adult part of you. It's that abandoned little one inside, crying for love, crying for attention and connection. Things change when you start to give them that attention and that love. So my inner child can often feel like, or has done definitely, like a victim about life, relationships, health, money, you name it. I know now how to reassure her and tell her she deserves to have needs and she deserves to have those needs met. And I help her to set healthy boundaries to the best of my ability. It's all a work in progress. So I'm on this journey with you. I've got some of my shit together, but nobody has all their shit together. Okay. Nobody. I've learned over time to stop identifying myself as that persecuted little girl who moves between sheer helplessness and absolute fury. I am loving that little child. I am the loving adult caring for her at last. So with time, your inner child will begin to feel that they're heard. Even if you find that after years of neglect, your inner child feels totally abandoned, don't worry. A lot of people treat that younger self with impatience. Grow up. What's the matter with you? Behave yourself. Why haven't you got it all together? You can often find yourself saying the things to your inner child that you were told growing up. Does that resonate? Because that was definitely me. But there is another way. Treating them with tenderness, with patience, and with love. So if your inner child isn't receiving the love from you that they're yearning, it doesn't matter how much love and attention you receive on the outside. It's just not the same. Even the bestest of friends or the most incredible partner can only enhance what you give your inner child. It's all about inner kindness and compassion. Okay, let me just catch up. Because I've got another little exercise, but it's more to do afterwards. Britt, I felt safe and was climbing in our treehouse. Oh, fabulous. How wonderful. Okay, Britt, I felt safe outside, but not in the home. Okay. Liz, also giving myself and my inner child love and acceptance that she needs, desires, and deserves to feel. Absolutely. Brooke, our parents don't like our free behavior. They feel it's a reflection on them. So I was shut down for being myself and forgot how to just be. without judgment or criticism from those that shape us. Absolutely. It's so difficult, isn't it? And Meek did remember that I love to sit on the swing, a bit older than 45. That's okay. I really feel as if I had the need to be cradled. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Just really caressed and held and loved. Get that. I really get that. Yeah. Shay, I'm kind of getting there. Thank you. I like to be here again. Yes. Good. That really resonates with me. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so true. Sometimes I've found I've stopped myself, but sometimes I even found, and my mum was Irish, and so she would say some weird things like, stop skitting. I don't, I mean, it was just, maybe it's just what she said. And once I actually said that to my kids, and I went, whoa, where's that coming from? It was just so weird, because it's just patterns, it's patterns. So here is a great exercise that you can do after today's live. It's especially helpful if you're finding it difficult to manifest what you want in a certain area of your life. So just take some time to sit down with maybe some meditation music in the background, or just some nice music, whatever, and just write about your childhood memories for that particular area. So if there's one area, if it's health, if it's relationships, if it's money, whatever it might be, just write about your childhood memories. So I'll give you an example. If relationships are a challenge, what did you learn from your parents, or maybe other relatives or siblings, your school, your church, or other places about relationships? So if you experienced your parents having constant arguments, and to be honest, I think, well, maybe not constant, but there were an awful lot in our house, and they got very loud and very scary, and more from my mum to my dad, so which is, I still find weird. So if you have that, if you experience that, the story that lays hold in your unconscious mind is relationships are difficult and people always fight. Once you are more conscious of the roots of the old beliefs, then you can use the other techniques I'm going to share on these lives and on the course to create the new story you want. It's really important to take time to delve into your subconscious, because that's where all those old stories are kept. That's where they're stored. Liz, is it harder for a man to access his inner child? Just wondering. It's a really good question, Gary. I don't think so, personally, but then I'm a woman. So maybe I'm not the best person to answer, but I do feel, yeah, men are, of course, to a greater or lesser degree, have been taught certain things. I actually think inner child work can be even more powerful for a man once they've kind of not pushed through, got, like moved through more and more, practice it more, because of maybe the conditioning, the lessons that you've learned as a child, about not expressing your emotions or not allowing yourself to cry. Maybe you were taught that you had to be the man of the house. That was definitely my ex-husband's experience, because when his dad died, whatever it might be, the stories that you were given as a child, I think it can be even, well, not even more, but really, really powerful. So because we were all little children, we all have that little child inside us, and we were all little children. We were all scared. We were all needing love. We were all needing someone to guide us. And, and even if parents were really great, they didn't know everything, and they couldn't, so we're not criticizing, it's about they're sharing sometimes their stories, and their fears. But it's a really good question, Gary. So I hope that helped. Maurice, I had an abusive father. Yeah. So yeah, it was more my mum. But yeah, so it's and I'm so happy I've been able to forgive her now, because that's a huge part of it. Brooke, wow, I was either controlled or ignored. Yeah, I was ignored, really. I was just ignored. Bless her heart. By my mum, anyway, most of the time. Yeah. I ran away when I was 3. Can you believe? Well, not ran away. I was following my siblings because they were all going out. I went after them. When I think, I do remember some of it, but I was 3. It's physical and emotional. Okay, so we're holding space for you, Maurice. Thank you for sharing. I really, really mean that. Thank you for sharing. And I really hope that these lives, help you connect with that inner child and love her the way she was supposed to be loved. Okay. Brooke, also move from mom to dad, back and forth. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm so thankful for my dad. Yeah, so thankful for my dad. Gary, I wonder, because we're different emotion, but are we are different, but are we so different? Do you know what I mean? I kind of feel that maybe we're not. It's all part of our human experience. So we're including everything here. So I would just lean into it, trust that you'll get the guidance or the insights, the realizations that you need. That's what you will get. And I think, yeah. So, Liz, I feel like this is going to be a very potent course. I think so too. I have been so looking. So that's why it took me so long to get it together. And it is quite a long, each day is quite long, because I just got a lot to share and a lot of Louise's work to share. So yes, I'm with you on that, Amik. Hi, Jackie. You're never late. You're just here at the right time for you. So there's no pressure. You're very, very welcome. Leanne, John Bradshaw did all those great books that PBS shows for inner child directed towards men. Women too, but men were very included. Check him out, Gary. Brilliant. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you. Yes, but maybe I'm on time for me. Exactly, Jackie. Exactly. I used to always cry when I access my inner child. So go with that. Tell yourself it's okay to cry. Let the tears flow. Louise would always say, tears are the river of life. Let them flow. Allow yourself to do that. That's obviously what's needed. Yeah, Pamela. Gary, those tears are sacred. They will show you the way to yourself. Beautifully put, Pamela. Thank you. Jackie, this inner child stuff feels complex. It is a little bit. My parents were emotionally abusive and neglectful. My mama wasn't too bad, but she didn't have a supportive and loving partner in my dad. I know it's difficult. We're going down deep, aren't we? I'm trying to kind of go in gently at the beginning. So that's the idea of this. So it's really, thank you so much. Oh, from the bottom of your heart. Oh, thank you, Marie. Oh, that's so beautiful of you. Thank you. Just keep loving her. Just live. Yeah, Gary, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not what? Not sure what I said now. Brooke, photos always help me remember my childhood. Yes, we're going to be doing a lot of that later on as well, Brooke. Yeah. Oh, bless your heart, Maurice. I feel embraced. You're full of love. Yeah. Well, there is so much love always in this room. Always. All of you are just incredible and beautiful. Jackie, I can't believe with all these folks here, none are friends of mine. Oh, well, then you've got some new friends here, Jackie. You've got some new friends. Tears are liquid medicine. Love that, Brooke. Love that. Yeah, mate. Oh, okay. Maybe no, we're not. I don't think we are. I think we're taught. We're told we have to be different. We're told we're this, that, the other. Like girls, we're told to be quiet, or be the good girl, or conform, whatever. And so, and boys are taught to shut down more. So we've all got the shit. We've all got shit to sort out. Really, basically. I'm saying that quietly because I don't want to offend anyone. Ah, bless you. Brooke, especially boys, don't show emotions. Rubbish. Exactly. Exactly. So I know that you're here right now because you're ready to start nurturing and healing your inner child. But it all starts with connecting with her, him, or them. Remember, your inner child is a part of you waiting to be loved and accepted. So be patient with yourself and really embrace this journey. It's never too late to connect or reconnect with your inner child. Alf is feeling, I think Alfie wants to connect with his inner puppy. Bless his little heart. How are you doing? You're going to have to wait a while, pups. You're going to have to wait a while. So we're now moving on. Let me just check. Hi, Kat. Lovely to have you here. When we did what we were told you're so smart. Yeah, yeah. You're such a good girl. Such a good. I mean, I even say it to the dog, you're a good boy. Like that's the most important thing in the world, just to be good all the time. And I wasn't very good because I needed to get attention. Jackie, that's nice to hear about the tears. I did meditation and my first small session of inner child work while in a full salon getting a pedicure. Oh my goodness. Oh, bless you. I had my noise cancelling AirPods in. In any case, I didn't expect to cry. Amazing how being in a room with so many people, no one noticed. That is interesting, isn't it? Bless your heart, Jackie. I know. Bless you. So we're now moving on to day 2 of the course. So nurturing the lost and lonely inner child. So Louise always, Alf, I said one of these days I'm going to bring him up here and say hello, but not right now because we've got so much to do. I kind of really want us to do this. So Louise always said that the part of us that carries so many negative messages is the inner child. Although there may be happy messages in there too, of course, it's the negative ones that limit us today. So as children, all we might have wanted was somebody, anybody, to look at us in the eye and say, tell me what happened today. I'd love to know how you feel. I've got all the time in the world for you. So if this was you, that's definitely me, you'll be delighted to discover that your inner child will be absolutely thrilled to receive love and attention. In the end, you're their savior. No matter who you are, your own little one inside you is waiting for you. So I often felt I wasn't heard when I was a child. I was so used to it, really. I didn't think about it almost. So I've learned to say to that lonely little girl, tell me everything. I'll listen for as long as you want. I'm not leaving and I'm not in a hurry. Take your time. So in our mad, it is a bit mad, isn't it? Adult world of multitasking, especially if you're multitasking right now on Insight Timer, you'll probably think, oh, is she talking to me? When do we receive undivided attention? And when do we give it as well, really? Even partners who love each other so much often try to catch up quickly while doing a ton of other stuff at the same time. I mean, how many people do you know have to actually book in a date night because otherwise they'd never have that time together? So what a treat to give your complete attention to your inner child, wherever she is, by communicating and loving, really loving your inner child, you'll eventually become his best friend. And of course, where you come as well in the family, I think, has a real bearing of how you connect with your inner child. Let me know what you think in the comments. So were you the eldest, the youngest, or somewhere in the middle? Or were you an only child? Because everything you have been through is valid here. I want you and your inner child to be seen, to be heard, and to be acknowledged. And we all kind of hear that a lot, but it's so important. Really, really is important. Okay, let me catch up on, because I don't want to miss out on any. hang on, let me just make sure, because it's really okay. When I opened my eyes, I was worried people would be staring at me, but no, oddly surprised. Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? Really weird. And me feed the dog. He's gone back. He's gone online. He's given up on me for now. Gratitude. Oh, bless your heart. I know, bless him. Oh, Pamela, heading to the doctor. Well, all the best with the doctor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're so welcome, Pamela. So welcome. Jackie, I want to connect with my inner child to remember more positive memories. There aren't many. I understand that. And you know what you can also do? Create your memories. You can create a new childhood with the course. I'm not saying straight away it's going to happen, but as time goes, as you move through the course or the lives or both, you really will get that, Jackie. Bye-bye. I probably missed you now, Pamela, but sending love. Oh, hi, JC. So simple, but also profound. Bless you. Rika, I was an only child, middle child. Yes, Jackie. I was the youngest. That's what I was. So that's kind of, I was just, yeah, I was a good holiday in Brooklyn. Honestly, I was 6 years after the third child. And definitely, I think my mum even said I was a mistake. I'm not sure. And we laugh about it, don't we? Do you ever find that, any those sort of stories? I remember I always used to joke, I was the mistake. I try not to say that. I'm only saying that with you now, but I really try not to say that now. I'm not a mistake. I was meant to be here, like you're all meant to be here, every single one of you. Rika, I now have a half sister who's 9 years younger from me, from my dad's new marriage. She was born on the same day as me. Oh my goodness, Rika. That's incredible. So Ava, middle one, and Meek, Jackie, plan a play date with your inner child. Absolutely beautiful. Molly, I was 5th out of 8th. My mother did not have the time, no, exactly, or the patience to nurture me, and I was depended upon to help and take care of the younger 3. Although my father was as good as he could be, but when I picture myself as a child, I want to give her chicken noodle soup, which is funny because I make it quite often for myself with homemade noodles. Oh, fabulous, beautiful. I'm really glad you do that for yourself. Really glad. Yeah. And definitely that was the elder sister in our, my elder sister. She was the one. I mean, literally, she was changing my nappy at the age of 10. She was cooking our Sunday dinner at the age of 10. She, like, mum, yeah, definitely. Jackie, interesting concept, but it feels like it would be false, not true to me. I'm trying to be open about the idea that, yeah, just say, I'm willing to think about it. You don't have to buy into everything, Jackie, not at all. Just say, I'm open to it, because your subconscious then will say, yeah, I can accept that I might be open to the idea. So, sometimes, or maybe even it doesn't feel safe. So it's safe for me, whatever feels right for you. Brooke, I was an only child till half brother when I was 14. He was and still is the center of universe. Is he the center of your universe though, Brooke, or center of their universe? Because that's quite a big age gap, isn't it? That must have been a bit of a surprise for you as well. Laura, nothing would be the same without me. I love that. But my dad's too. Theirs. Oh, okay. Yeah. Rika, I remember it was sad because I used to be assured that I would see my dad at least on my birthday. But after my 8th birthday, it ended. Oh. Right. Well, you are in the right place, Rika. Isn't that true? But you do love him to bits. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Good. I'm pleased. But I get that with that he's center of their universe. And that's so sad. So you're in the right place too, Brooke. Absolutely. Jackie, I think it would be good to entertain. Part of my shadow work is trying to help myself understand why I'm so stuck inside the lines all the time. Okay. That's, yeah, because we looked at a bit of shadow work last week on our live last week. And I think the inner child work is so much about embracing the shadow part of ourselves. It's kind of all jumbled up together. It's crucial to get in touch with the inner child that feels unloved and not good enough, and do some deep emotional healing. That inner child might be waiting to be found out, sometimes feeling lost or lonely, rejected or ignored. Perhaps the only contact we have with this child is when we're criticizing her for getting things wrong or for not being good enough. So I'd like you to close your eyes if that's safe for you to do so, just where you're sitting. And just take a deep breath in. And just relax your shoulders. This is just a short little exercise. I just want you to, if you can, visualize, but if you can't, you can imagine yourself as you were in a childhood memory. So it just doesn't matter what memory it is, just bring it up. If you have difficulty visualizing yourself, then just think back to a time in your childhood and imagine that you can see yourself. Just imagine, because this will work equally well. You don't have to see yourself. You can imagine. How old are you in this memory? Just notice. And just notice the expression on that little child's face. Do you love this child? Can you relate to them? Now, I'd like you to quietly open your eyes and answer the following questions in your journal. I'm going to ask each question twice, and I'm going to be doing it alongside you. So just go with what comes up. How is this child feeling? How is this child feeling? Is there anything in their life that frightens or worries them? Is there anything in their life that frightens or worries them? What does this child need? What does this child need? How can you help this child to feel secure and loved? How can you help this child to feel secure and loved? How can you make her happy? How can you make her happy? What can you say to this child so that they feel loved and accepted and supported just as they are? What can you say to this child so that they feel loved and accepted and supported just as they are? Okay. Oh, that was deep, wasn't it? So already. So share any insights in the comments because I am here for you. You know that, don't you? Okay. Let me. So I'm just catching up on these messages. Sorry, I'm just. Book. They're all dead though, except his mum. She's lame, emotionally immature. Yeah. Book has no self-awareness. My brother's words. Very sad. Yeah, very sad. It is sad, isn't it? So sad. Oh, Maurice, I'm so glad I found you. Well, I'm glad you're here. So glad, and so glad we found you, and I found you too. Feeling is always mutual. Jackie, just thinking about it, yeah, makes me want to cry right now. Same here. I can feel the tears prickling, and I'm fine about crying because I cry quite a lot on these lives. Well, no, not a lot. Just if they come, they come. They just slow me down sometimes. That's the only problem. Oh, Jackie, so much love. Exactly, exactly. But it's okay. Brooke, it's not your fault. Yeah, it's not your fault. Okay, answering that last question made me cry. Yeah, I really get that, Kaya. Shelley, hi there. You are unique. You do not have to fit in. Feel free to be your own self. That's beautiful. Yeah, that was really powerful. She's feeling really lonely, cut off, isolated. She doesn't understand why she's always alone. Mum scares me sometimes. It's lovely when she seems happy, but most of the time she isn't. What I want, what inner child want is love in capital letters, attention, a cuddle, being held, being told that everything will be okay. And that last one, I love you. We love you. You are wanted. Yeah. Okay. Not to be, I'm not sure I quite understand that comment. I don't want to try and read into it what might not be. Would you mind just sharing that again, Maurice? Yeah, we are absolutely. I know that. Thank you, Anne. That's lovely. Um, I need to stop abusing and hurting myself. Stop disrespecting my boundaries and not listening to her or my body. She needs safety, presence, and protection. She doesn't want words of affirmation. She needs action. She wants more lightheartedness and fun, expression and quirkiness. Beautiful. Thank you, Rika. Kaya, so much. I needed to hear as a child that I didn't. Telling my inner child that I love her no matter what and will always be there for her. Oh, the violence. Okay, Maurice. Not to be beaten. Oh, okay, I'm with you. So not to be beaten all the time. Not to be, and that's not much to bloody ask, is it, Maurice? Yeah. Not that's such a such a big one. So sending love to you. Molly, mine feels confusion between a totally accepting, unconditionally loving father and a judgmental, critical mother who said terrible things to me. Mine needs one supportive message. Do you know, it's very similar to my childhood, Molly. Very. And then look the relationships we end up going into. One supportive message. But I used to just run to my dad's arms when he used to come home. I ran to them. You know, it was just, I always thank heavens for him. Ava, I was too much, too dirty, too messy as a child for my mum. I felt that I disappointed her. I will journaling on this after the session. I have health issues. I will examine that. Absolutely. Very powerful, Ava. Very powerful. Molly, and yes, the violence between them. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So as you become a true friend to your young self, you'll recognize how she acts out when she's scared or when she's lonely. There may be many ways he acts out, but turning to food maybe, or drink, or even overspending can be one of them. So a part of me loves to buy clothes and accessories. Yet, if I never bought another thing, I'd still have plenty. It can be a bit out of control. Well, it used to be. It used to get a bit out of control. I used to buy stuff and never wear it and that sort of thing. Your inner child is running the show by buying all this stuff just to soothe herself, to make her feel better. So if this resonates with you, then when your inner child starts insisting, you can say, yes, we can buy something. But first of all, I want to give you my love and attention. In time, they'll stop trying to fill the void in the old way. So that obviously can relate to anything that you might use to fill the void. So, you know, it could be food, it could be alcohol, it could be gambling, you know, you name it. You know, online shopping's so bloody easy, isn't it? So how, you know, yeah, that's kind of almost an epidemic sometimes for some people. So rather than berate her, just love her and negotiate. So a loving parent wouldn't say, go and buy what you want. What they might say is, you can have maybe one or two things, but you need to really love it, or you might want to save up for it. They would set healthy boundaries and negotiate, because children need safe boundaries as long as they're loving ones. So if your inner child has been ignored and abandoned for a very, very long time, then he might say, I want it all now. You don't love me or look after me, so I want the stuff instead. So this is the time to make them feel seen and heard. So nowadays, I live in a much more sustainable way, and I hardly ever buy new clothes. So I'm changing from a fear-based child to a mature woman, hopefully, in my approach to lots of areas, lots and lots of areas of my life. And that includes my finances. And that was a big thing for me, a big thing. So you wouldn't be surprised that my next course is going to be around our relationship with money, because that was such a major thing. So it's all about loving that inner child who can also really act up. Underneath all of that, they are crying out to be cared for and accepted. Okay. So I'm going to take us through another meditation. There are going to be some similarities. So it's a meditation to help your inner child feel loved and to feel really wanted. There are similarities, but the idea is we go in a little bit deeper. So the one we did earlier to the one we're going to do in a minute, because each time we go in a little bit deeper so that this work doesn't overwhelm you or your inner child. And that's what's really important. So let me just check up on overspend. Yeah, I just saw the word overspending. So I know I'm not alone there, that I don't need to fear to be too much with the right people. That's fabulous. Oh, we've just got a butterfly as your name. I love that. I love that. And Meek, what did she need to hear? I, I thank you for sharing this. I love you unconditionally. You are allowed to be yourself. You are seen. You are heard. You may exist. And we're so glad you exist, Meek. So glad. Shelley, overspending is me. Yeah, that was definitely me. Definitely me. Maurice, I'm sorry for wrong type. Oh, your strokes. That's okay, Maurice. We got there. We got there between the two of us. And thank you for sharing that as well. Shelley, my love language is gifting to others and for myself. Ah, I see. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Brooke, is there things that you can do that are free instead that you gift or you could make? Just came to me that idea. Brooke, I've been buying endless clothing and eating way too much ice cream. Yeah, it's filling that void. Brooke, if I keep going, I will into the new clothes. Yeah, and you have to buy some more. Lol, darn Temu. I know, mind you, I don't really like that site, but I haven't bought for it. But there are other sites, aren't there? We all know about. Oh, butterfly. I feel like that all the time. Yes. Oh, you're amazing. Oh, bless you. Bless your heart, Maurice. Yes. Rika, my inner child loves my ex because he encourages me to purchase whatever I want through his Amazon, no limits. Well, not that I ever tried to test them, but it's totally feeding my patterns of filling the void externally. Absolutely. And also giving your power away, isn't it? Because he's kind of acting like the parent, which he isn't. Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. So if it's safe for you to do so, I'd like you to you can either sit back, if you're in a comfortable position, lie down, if that's safe for you to do that. And then if it's also safe, you can close your eyes if you wish, or maybe just take them to a soft gaze. And just take some deep but easy breath. Allow your body to relax completely. Relaxing all your muscles as you let go. Inhale through the nose, pulling the breath as far down into your body as you can. And exhale through the mouth. Breathe in again. Breathing out. Now, imagine that you are in a beautiful park with lush green grass and magnificent trees. It feels very peaceful here. The temperature is the perfect temperature for you. A little way off is a small playground where a child would love to play. Now you notice that there is a small child of about 4 or 5 coming towards you from the other side of the park. And then you realize that this child is you. You kneel down and you open your arms to this child. You are so glad to see her. Be patient. If the child isn't quite ready to embrace you, you are now going to talk to this child in your own mind. Ask this child what he believes about relationships, health, success, money, anything at all you want to ask him. Start with the area you most want to change in your life. Talk to this child and find out the unconscious beliefs you have been carrying. Take your time. Now, ask this child if they are willing to change the beliefs that you no longer want. Tell them the new beliefs that you are adopting. Tell the child how much more fun and easy life will be with these new beliefs. Tell her how much you love her and how much you want both of you to have a wonderful life. Ask the child if he wants to play on the swings in the playground, or perhaps skip around the park, or just sit quietly with you. Ask them what you can do to make them very happy. Very slowly now, start to bring your awareness back to your room and this time and space. Take your time. There's no hurry. Take a few easy breaths. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can open them now. I know this can be emotional, to say the least, but please remind yourself that you are in a safe space here. So what do you want to say to your inner child? What do you want to say to her or him or them? Lisa, hi Lisa, I self-sabotaged yesterday. I have an interview tomorrow morning and God knows I need it. I believe I will love the position and pray that yesterday's mistake won't damage me. Draw a line in the sand. A clean slate, Lisa. Love yourself and forgive yourself and just say, I let this go, and step into your, into your day with it's a fresh start. We've always got that opportunity to start again. Always, 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 always. Maurice, that brought less. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Because sometimes, that's a part of us protecting ourselves as well. You might be saying, your subconscious might be saying, oh, this is all too much now. This is enough for today, almost. You know what I mean? Because we are moving into day 2 of the course. So it's like the idea is like so that you can go away and process what we do after each day of the course. So I'm kind of moving through them, I guess, quite quickly. Brooke, I recently learned a new mantra. I love you. It's okay. Yeah. It's, honestly, sometimes the simpler they are, the easier they are, and the more profound. Hi, Brian. Big welcome. My inner child acted out while praying this morning. for the first time, I acknowledged and accepted their fears, their worry, their uncomfort, and I accepted it. Yeah, talk to him and try to understand what would help him and find a compromise. Oh, just lost you there. Fabulous. Anything other than judging and resentment is a huge win for me and my inner child. So powerful, Brian. That is so, so powerful. No, this is the same. Oh, when I talked earlier about money, that is a separate course. But no, I'm talking about the inner child course here. So like with this live, I'm covering days 1 and 2, but it's not even been published yet. So I'm kind of stepping ahead of it. I was hoping it might have been published by today, you know, and also we want to kind of, yeah, kind of get moving on. So, but, you know, it will be, it's the same name, Louise Hayes, nurturing and healing your inner child. Hi, Danny. Great to have you here. Hi there. Laura, my inner child just said, I don't know. Sorry, Alfie's really telling me. Said, I don't know. Ask Dad and Mum. I lived a long, long time according to whatever was their opinion. Oh, Laura. Yeah. Sending you love, Jackie. Oh, okay. I'll be looking for the course, definitely. It'd be wonderful to have you there, Jackie, as well. Would be wonderful to have you there. Okay. So a lot of us, as we know, has an inner child who is lost, lonely, and often feels rejected. Perhaps the only contact we've had with our inner child for a long time is to tell her off and to criticize her. Then we wonder why we're not happy. We really cannot reject a part of us and still be in harmony within. So part of healing is to gather all the parts of ourselves so we may be whole and complete. So this is really, I'm just feeling right now, because normally this will be the time now we're moving in to using your felt tips. And I see it's coming up to 7 o'clock and I've got a little dog that keeps nudging me to tell me that. So I want us to take our time with it. I don't want to feel rushed with it. And this is a really powerful exercise. So shall we catch up from here? So the next session is on Friday. So it's not long away, actually. I've just added it today. So hopefully it's might be public, because they tend to, if it's less than a week, they tend to publish. I'm just checking to see if it's gone live yet. I think it's, if you go under my course, I think you'll be able to find it. You may not have got a notification. I'm not sure. I don't know how it works. So if that's good with you, yeah, exactly. And we can really take our time with it rather than feeling like, and I, definitely, my tummy will start rumbling as well. And my inner child likes to get fed, as do I. So let's catch up with your comments. And then, so butterfly, interesting. My inner child said, I get attention and love when I'm sick.